Hey everyone, I'm back with another video. I know it's been a while since I made one, but honestly, I did not have anything I wanted to make a video on. Everything's been kind of dry lately, but I finally found something to respond to, so if you haven't been informed on this, recently there's been some drama going on with Bayonetta 3. Basically, what happened was the voice actor Hellena Taylor was demanding a higher pay than $4,000 for four-hour sessions of recording, and later we found out that actually they offered her higher pay than that, and a bunch of people made videos on this saying that Platinum Games is bad, they're underpaying her, but in reality that's not what happened at all, and she actually refused the high offer for a very small amount of work, if I'm being honest. And the video we'll be covering today basically is DreamCastGuy playing the victim when he made a video of him accusing this company of underpaying this lady, and he also deleted his video, but he kept his response up, so we're going to go through that.
Well, this is going to be an absolute train wreck, but it's time to discuss the details of #boycott Bayonetta. It feels like there has been this big momentum over the course of the last 72 hours against Platinum Games and the developers over at Nintendo that are working on Bayonetta. Now, this all began because of some statements released by the original voice actress. Hellena Taylor is the person that, in my opinion, really breathed life into Bayonetta in the first place.
Okay, I'm not trying to downplay her work as a voice actor, but she did not breathe life into Bayonetta. That was all the character designers and people who actually made the game, the animators and such, you know? I wouldn't say the voice actor alone breathed life into the character.
She voiced the character for the first two games and for the anime, and honestly, a lot of people really appreciated her work. Well, she made some statements over the course of this weekend where she claimed that they only offered her $4,000 total for Bayonetta 3.
Yeah, and it turned out not to be true. And even if it was true, $4,000 for 16 hours of work is pretty good, especially since she's not even a big name voice actor.
No residuals, no royalties, no toy sales, nothing like that. Just straight up $4,000 to play the character one last time and walk into the sunset.
Why would she earn royalties or like money from toy sales or any of that? She's not that big name of a voice actress, and she doesn't even own the character. She just voices her, that's it. And she didn't even create the character either.
Now, understandably, this stirred up quite a bit of drama, quite a bit of debate, people really discussing the idea of how much is fair pay. Are voice actors ever compensated enough? And I decided to make a video called I Am Boycotting Bayonetta 3 because honestly, it did look like they were completely screwing her over. Now, it turns out that she lied.
Yeah, she did lie. This is why you don't rush to make a video on a topic that we don't know everything about. Just wait for all the information to come in, then make a video.
I still want to make it clear, I'm definitely not going to review this game. I'm probably not going to buy it. Ever since I put up my video saying I was going to boycott the game, I have been flooded with hate, threats, people literally telling me they had wished I had died when I was homeless on the streets.
Okay, this is where things start to get a little interesting. Instead of admitting he's wrong and taking the L, he's just going to play victim and say that he got harassed just because he was wrong. And yeah, that's kind of sucks that happened, but it's the internet. That happens all the time. I don't know really what he expected. People will say that all the time. He's literally just feeding the trolls right now, which is like Internet 101 not to do that.
So I'm probably never going to talk about Bayonetta 3 ever again, but let's dig into the interesting lies she told. So here we have over here on, God, I just want to say, the people who sent me death threats, you people are scum. I was wrong. I'm fully willing to admit that I was wrong to take her word. I just could not imagine a woman would tell such an obvious, terrible lie.
Dude, people tell each other to kill themselves on the internet all the time. It's not a good thing by any means, but still, like, just don't take it seriously. Don't let it get to you. Just ignore it. Don't feed the trolls.
But anyways, back to the story itself. Excuse my anger. Literally, having hundreds of people with like stupid Nintendo profile pics tell me to kill myself was very deeply aggravating.
I feel like I'm going to keep repeating myself in this video. Also, why doesn't he just get to the point? I thought this video was about Bayonetta 3 and how the voice actor lied, not about this sob story of him being trolled on the internet.
But now let's go back to the stupid video game story. Last weekend, Bayonetta's former voice actress called for fans to boycott the game because of low pay. Her Twitter videos went very viral, but the full story is much more complicated. Platinum offered Hellena Taylor between $3,000 and $4,000 per session for at least 5 recording sessions, which means she was probably going to get paid minimum $20,000, according to 2 people familiar with the deal and documentation viewed by Bloomberg. Now, this is the important part. This is not he said, she said. This is actual legal contracts they viewed. This is the truth. This is definitely what's actually going on. And she did just flat out lie.
Yeah, and you took it at face value instead of doing extra research or waiting out for more information to come along.
In response to this, she said that in response, the people said Taylor asked for a 6-figure fee and residuals. Negotiations fell apart. So, I mean, she was asking for at least $100,000 and, 1% of all boxed sales. Much higher of a counter offer, basically, asking for 5 times as much as she was originally paid.
Yeah, and her demands were very unreasonable, especially since this is even a big-name actress, and she hasn't even done voice acting since 2014. But yeah, I'm gonna fast forward through some of this to get to the main point I'm trying to make. He mostly just covers the actual news topic.
That's part of why I'm making this video, is because honestly, I do want to correct my own misinformation. I believed her. I mean, it's difficult to even imagine that somebody would nuke their own career.
You know what, DreamCastGuy? I'll believe you on this one. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, it is kind of crazy that this lady would nuke her own career like that.
Hellena Taylor is never going to work ever again. I mean, she's screwed. She exploded any chance she ever had of talking into a mic pretty much ever again for a paycheck. It was difficult for me to imagine this because not only do I really love her work, but career explosion. I'm trying not to say the S word anymore, but it's just like...
Trying not to say the S word? Dude, just say career suicide. It's not that offensive. And if anyone does get offended by that, then they need thicker skin.
It's weird that she would just destroy her own reputation, her own contracts, her own future. That is completely why I believed her at face value, is that it's difficult for me to even imagine somebody choosing to just, throw themselves upon the sword. I can only assume, and I'm giving her a big benefit of the doubt here, I think she's probably mentally ill. I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that as you must be very, very unstable chemically to make a decision that is so, honestly, ruinous to your own self. Like, she is done. I feel terrible, but this lady's going to be working at Walmart. She's never going to act ever again, even on like a freaking stage play for local high schools.
Yeah, it is kind of sad to think about that, but really it's her own fault, so who's really to blame here except her? If she really is mentally ill, then I hope she can get some help, because, that would be pretty sad if that actually is the case.
She's done. Now, I do want to make it clear, a lot of people have been chiming in, just basically saying this report is accurate. It sounds like it is absolutely true. She lied. She completely lied. Now, I do want to make it incredibly clear here. I am retracting my original boycott. I'm still not buying the game simply because the Bayonetta community has been so toxic and so crappy to me.
So you're not boycotting it anymore, but you're still not going to buy it. So then you are boycotting it. That's not really how it works. If you still won't buy it, you're still boycotting it. Usually when you boycott something, it implies that you had an intention to buy it originally, but then changed your mind due to certain circumstances.
And I am a human. I think you guys just see me as a person on a screen, a guy wearing a stupid PlayStation hoodie. Just keep in mind, I'm an actual person. I make mistakes.
Yep, we all make mistakes, and kudos to you for acknowledging that, but later in this video, you're just gonna go down this weird rant that really doesn't help anything you're trying to say.
I talk about the gaming news. I make like 6 videos a week. 1 in every 80 is gonna have a freaking error in it. I just want you to know, when I make mistakes, correct me. I want to learn. I want to figure things out. I want to be a better YouTuber. Spamming me with threats, saying the most horrible vitriolic things you can to me hundreds of times over does not teach me a lesson.
Oh, here we go with him feeding the trolls again. He could have just ended the video right there, but no, he has to tell us his sob story of how people told him to kill himself on the internet, as if that he's the only person that happens to. I mean, come on, man.
I didn't learn my lesson because of the threats. I learned my lesson because honestly, I was wrong. Being corrected and updating stuff is what I want to do. I'm a YouTuber, but I'm also a human named Max Shockley. Please treat me like a human. Stop the stupid corporate defensive crap.
I mean, he says that, but he's made countless videos defending PlayStation in the past, so I'm not sure if we should really take his advice on that one, or at least he shouldn't be the one touching on that subject.
Excuse my anger, but honestly, I got extremely mad this weekend when people started literally begging for my death. Oh my God.
And guess what? Since they see this reaction out of you, they're gonna keep doing it because they know it'll get this reaction. That's called feeding the trolls. I've mentioned this so many times already, but dude, you have to understand this.
Screw Bayonetta. I'm never playing these games ever again. You guys enjoy it. I have no qualms. Buy it. You're probably going to spam me with 80 copies you all bought because you're great gamer dudes. I'm done. I'm probably not going to play another Nintendo game for a while. Maybe I'll play Pokemon, but I'm probably not going to even tweet about it because I'm sure someone else will find some reason to tell me about how I need to tie a noose in the attic. God.
So you're still boycotting Nintendo games now? What? What does the Nintendo and buying their games even have to do with any of this? Just because their communities are toxic? The community has nothing to do with the people who made the games, so I don't even understand what your point is here. Yeah, but that's about it for this video. I just felt like covering it because I feel like this is a prime example of what not to do on the internet. And also, I just haven't really liked DreamCastGuy's content in the past, so I thought, why not make a video on him? Plus, I thought this reaction was kind of funny. I know that's kind of mean, but I don't know. It was just so funny to see him get this angry and not handle his situation properly. But anyway, guys, that'll do it for this video, and yeah, see you later.